What's up, guys? It's Gorilla Vinny. Thanks for coming through to another virtual workout. We'll do it like we always do. We'll start with a warm-up, go through 9 rounds, 3 minutes apiece, 1 minute of rest in between, and then we'll end with a cool down and a stretch. As always, safety is number one priority, so please, throughout the workout, go at your own pace, take breaks when you need to, stay hydrated, drink water, and modify exercises when and where necessary. I might ask you to do something that, for one reason or another, whether it's an injury or inflexibility, whatever it may be, you may need to modify the movement. So please do so to the best of your ability. But as much as you can, stick to what I do. And the more you're able to over time, the better you get at these movements. So let's do our best. We came to work out. We came to learn. Let's make it happen.
All right, let's begin with jumping jacks. Remember to meet your hands at the top, your feet at the bottom, and stay light on your feet throughout. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and try to stay as steady as possible. You have 8 seconds to go. Stay relaxed and just get that blood flowing. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Now we'll be going into high knees. Try to get your knees up to your waist. Here we go. Knees up to your waist. Stay light on your toes. Try to keep the heels off the ground. And you could pump your arms the way I'm doing as well. Your goal is to stay relaxed. Warm up that stomach. Warm up those legs. Warm up those calves and ankles as well. Staying loose the whole time. From here, we're going to go into squats. Keep your feet slightly wider than your shoulders, and then start going down. Bring that butt to about as low as your knees if you can. Just sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Keep your feet flat, and try not to let your knees go past your toes. Deep breaths in and out. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come out. And time. Good. From here, we'll be going down to the floor. Push-up position, shoulders over your wrists, and mountain climbers. Run those knees to your chest. Try to keep your body weight forward so that your lower body is relaxed and light. And then you can use your stomach muscles to drive your knees up towards your chest. 3, 2, 1, and time. From here, we'll go into push-ups. Keep those wrists wider than your shoulders, and down and up. Here we go. Chest down, as close as you can to the ground. Make sure your eyes are past your fingertips. Try to keep your back straight, your legs straight, and extend those arms all the way up as you come up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Elbows down onto the ground. We'll go into plank position now, and then we'll start rotating the hips left to right. As you do this, try to keep your elbows evenly pressed into the ground and loosen up those hip muscles while you stretch out those obliques. Side to side, working the stomach, working the core. For another 3, 2, 1, and time. On your back, we'll finish with bicycle crunches. Try to meet your knee to your opposite elbow. Twisting your shoulders, bicycling your legs. Last 10 seconds. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Let's get back to our feet. Let's get into shadow boxing. So as we shadow box, our main objective should be to stay loose and relaxed and kind of warm up our body and our brain for the type of movements we're about to do. We don't have to go too crazy. We don't have to do anything too advanced. We can keep it simple and stick with the fundamentals. But you should be throwing jabs and crosses, hooks, uppercuts, and a mixture of the different types of combinations and strikes you might want to throw throughout your workout. Again, we've done more standard, regular movements, more generic movements like squats and push-ups, things that the body hopefully doesn't have to think too much about. And now we're starting to increase our range of motion and be more specific about how we're moving around and, again, prepping the body for what's going to go down for the next 30 or so minutes. So stay light on your feet. Try to have good form, good technique. Maintain your breathing. You got 5 more seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and time.
All right, this workout is going to be a little bit more conditioning based, so the movements are going to be really straightforward. It's going to be a lot of repetition, and it's meant more to ensure that, you know, if you are training or if you find yourself in a sparring match, that you're, let's say fourth, fifth, sixth round are as strong and as proficient as your first, second, and third round, right? One of the first things that goes when we're out of shape is our technique. So we might have great technique, right at the beginning of our workout or of our interaction, sparring match, right? If we're sparring, but once we get tired, first thing that goes is your form, is your technique, is your ability to throw these strikes proficiently. So we'll be throwing kind of flurries of movements, and we'll be throwing a lot of movements in a row. And again, we'll keep it really simple because it's really the simple stuff that gets us through a fight. That is the foundation of our style, of our flavor, of all the other fancier things we can do in the martial arts. So today we'll be focused on conditioning to that end to make sure that we have just as good technique at the end of our exchange. I say exchange, that's a euphemism for a fight, right? But further on in our exchange, as well as we do at the very beginning of it, okay? So first round, be really straightforward. We're gonna throw 10 straight punches, jabs, and crosses. We're gonna go down, we're gonna do 10 mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 10 push-ups, and then we're gonna come up and we're gonna check 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 straight punches, 10 climbers, 10 push-ups, can be a lot of upper body at the beginning, and then throw those 10 straight kicks, okay? So we're gonna get started with our rounds, and let's get this thing done. All right, here we go. We're in 3, 2, 1. There's that first round. Remember, 10 straight punches, 10 mountain climbers, 10 push-ups, and then you're gonna be up with 10 checks to either side. I'll do it one time with you all the way through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm doing 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to come up and I'm going to check 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right? You got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left of that. Let's keep it going. The goal, again, like I said, is conditioning. You can slow this down if you need to. Obviously, after a couple of rounds, I already got my heart rate up. I already feel a little bit winded, even from just doing that one time through. But you're going to try to do this as many times as you can in the next, let's say, just under 2 minutes, okay? So as you're going, try your best to maintain your technique. So, I went a little bit loose, I went a little bit light. It doesn't even have to be very hard when you're going. You don't have to ball hard through these punches, through these strikes. You can keep it kind of loose, kind of relaxed. But I'd like you to, try to manage and compose your energy, right? Your breathing, your effort as you go through. Try to get as many strikes, try to get as much volume in this entire round as possible. It's only a 3-minute round, right? You're probably never going to throw this many strikes in an actual round if you get to the point where you start sparring with people, you start competing. But it's a good way to make sure that if something like that does happen, that you throw the most and you throw with the best proficiency, the best efficacy in your strikes, even if you're throwing less, let's say, in a 3-minute round, right? Or a 5-minute round if you're doing MMA. All right, you got just over a minute to go, 10 straight punches, 10 mountain climbers, 10 push-ups, and then 10 checks. Remember to think about your breathing too. Every time you strike, every time you exhale, every time you extend something, you should be exhaling. When you're going into, mountain climbers and things like that, it can get a little bit more complex, but it's really okay. As long as you're breathing kind of steadily and you are controlling the flow of oxygen into your body, into your nose, and the carbon dioxide on its way out, then you're doing good. You're going to do a better job than if you just let yourself breathe haphazardly, right? That was a click. You got 23 seconds left to go. So remember, jab crosses, try to extend your arms, turn your shoulders when you're doing those mountain climbers. Try to keep your body weight over your wrists, right? Shoulders over your wrists. Drive the knees up to your chin. Bring your chest as far down as you can, preferably all the way down for your push-ups. And when you check, make sure you're squeezing your stomach and your hips as you bring those knees up. And this in around, all right? So kind of off to a big start, right away. But we worked a lot of the upper body, so now let's switch it off a little bit, or let's switch it up, work a little bit more of the lower body. So now what I'd like you to do is I want you to throw, let's lunge with our legs. Let's lunge with for the first minute lunge with the rear leg into a push kick, and then we'll switch. We'll do the opposite side. So stay in your dominant stance, right? For me, I'm a righty, so my right foot's back. So I'm going to lunge, and then, again, I'll leave it up to you guys, whether you throw kind of a snap kick, right, where you hinge at the knee, or you throw a teep where you extend forward like a spear, right? So you're going to lunge, you're going to kick. You're going to lunge, you're going to kick. 1 full minute. It's going to be a lot. You'll be able to do it. Again, slow it down if you have to. For the second minute, we'll switch it. We'll switch our stance. So I'll go from an orthodox fighter to a southpaw, and then I'll lunge and I'll switch. We're always going to throw from that rear leg. And then at the end, we'll do some squats. All right? Let's go. First thing from here, lunge, snap kick. Lunge, snap kick. Lunge, snap kick. Notice I'm going very steady. I'm going very slow. If you can go faster, but I want control. I want composure as we do this, right? If you can go a little bit faster without losing balance, without kind of gassing out, do so. If you need to go a little bit slower, that's fine too. Notice I went right from my kick, right into the lunge. If you need to throw the kick, put your foot down, reset, and then lunge, that's okay too. All we're trying to do is get stronger at the end of this workout than we were at the beginning of this workout. For some of us, that's going to mean going a little bit harder. For some of us, that's going to mean we're going to have to go a little bit slower. But as long as you do as much of the workout as possible, you will end stronger than you were before. All right. So same thing. You got 10 more seconds. Then we're going to switch position from your dominant stance to your non-dominant stance. All right. 3, 2, 1. Switch it. Let's go right away. Lunge, straight kick. Lunge, straight kick. Lunge, straight kick. You notice as I'm lunging, I'm not going off to the side. I'm kind of going back in a straight line. As I do that lunge also, I didn't make the point before, but try to go into a 90-degree angle. Right here, you don't want to go super deep. You don't want to go too narrow either. You want to go about to a 90-degree angle when that knee touches the ground. As you throw the kick as well, try to maintain good form, good posture, good technique, right? Bang, I'm here. I'm throwing a good kick, keeping my hand up, right? I'm popping my hip out. I'm swinging my arm, all the things I would normally do if I was hitting the bag, all right? You got 18 seconds left. Keep this up, deep breaths as you go. And again, as much as possible, try to do as many on the left leg or the right leg as you did on the other, right? Vice versa. All right, for the last minute, we're going to go into squats with a check. Ready? And let's do it right here. Squat, I'm going to check. Squat, I'm going to check. And again, I have my hands up by my head like it's a regular calisthenic movement. You can hold your fighting stance as well, right? Let's say I stay in my dominant stance. I squat, bang, I check. Squat, bang, I check. I like to go as low on my squat as possible. It's good for your mobility in your back and your legs. If you can only go down a little bit, go down a little bit. Here and then here, right? The best you can do, the lower you can go, the better, all right? Even as I move around, I squat, I check. I squat, I check. If you got to give yourself a break in between, take some steps so that you're constantly moving, right? All right, keep moving around. You got 15 seconds. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's round 2. Deep breaths. Again, doing a lot. So far, so good. Again, I can't watch you guys. I don't know what you're doing at home. My assumption, if you're taking my class, if you have signed up and you've invested your money in taking these, you are focused on your physiology, you're focused on your fitness, you are focused on getting better at the martial arts, and you're going to approach this with the same type of, mature thinking that I would hope you do everything else in your life. All right. So for the next one, let's go to down to our elbows, and we'll do a little bit of stomach work from the plank position, right? So make sure I can see myself here. All right. So from here, I want you guys to walk your knees in, walk your knees out, and give me a knee, come up to your hands, jump your knees forward, jump your knees back. We're going to do that over and over, all right? So walk the knees in, walk the knees out. Knee, up to my hands. Jump my feet forward, jump my feet back, all right? I'll demonstrate it from the back so you guys can see as well, all right? It should make sense from all sides, but I'm on my elbows, knees in, knees out, knee. I come up to my hands, forward and back. Let's keep that up for about another minute 40 seconds. Minute 40 seconds right here, all right? So the first 2 minutes of the round, we'll do exactly what we just did. Continue that. We'll get on our back. We'll do some regular crunches, okay? You got minute 30 to go. As you're doing so, the advanced version of this would be to, or not even the advanced version, but the super correct version would be, as best as you can, to not try not to shift your weight from one elbow to the other. Try to keep your weight really steady, really evenly pressed into the ground, so that you are really using your stomach and your stabilizing muscles around your midsection to move your body, as opposed to just shifting your weight to one side, shifting your weight to the other side. That maybe mechanically might make more sense if you're trying not to expend energy, but if you're trying to increase the strength and fitness and control of all of your stomach and core muscles, then you want to try to keep your upper body as steady as possible and have all the activation happen really in the abdominals and the obliques and the lower back muscles. All right, you got about 37 seconds left to go. Keep doing the same thing. You're going to walk your feet forward, walk your feet back. You don't have to alternate every time. You know, if you want, you can come forward one time with the right, come forward the next time with the left foot. You know, either or, you're going to get a good workout. It's only one workout today. Maybe the next time you do this class, if you double up on this another time in the future, you can, lead with your left side or lead with your right side. As long as you're getting all the motions in there, you should be okay. All right, 13 seconds. In 13 seconds, we're going to get on our back. We're going to get into regular crunches. And from here, we're going to go in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your knees at a 90-degree angle, right? Tabletop position. Ankles the same height as your knees. Knees directly over your hips. Keep your elbows tight, not flapping. The elbows pointed at your thighs. And I want you to just come up right here. You can put your head on the ground, shoulders on the ground. Try to get your shoulders off the ground and just crunch. And your goal is to keep your lower body from moving and really just use your upper body to get you to crunch. All right? You have 30 seconds. See if that works for you. Again, working the stomach now, sans the legs, sans the shoulders. Important thing is to keep those elbows pointed directly at your thighs and just really that small crunching motion, right? That's really what those abs are for. It's really just for those small crunches. A lot of other muscles help the body fold in all these other different ways. All right? Last 10 seconds right here. Hopefully you have a clean floor or a mat to do this on. It doesn't hurt you too much. Or at all, really. Good. And time. Good. So for round 4, let's actually do a bit of a jiu-jitsu move. All right. So we're going to do what's called the technical stand-up. It's very similar to what people call Turkish get-ups, right? Usually you'll do that with a kettlebell. But the idea is that this is, let's say, the safe way to get back to your feet if you've been knocked down onto your butt, onto your back, right? It's a way that you can kind of manage the distance from your opponent and then actually see what they're doing and get to your feet safely in order to either strike or run away, right? So from here, I want you to, we're going to start on one side. We're going to put our left foot down, right hand down, and we're going to establish a base here. I'm going to sit facing forward. Let's say I just got knocked down. Now I'm going to plant my left foot and my right hand. I'm going to sit up, and I'm going to turn sideways onto the side of my right hip. Boom. By doing so, I should be able to pick my body up off the ground, slide my foot behind my hand, and then stand up. We're just going to do that over and over. All right, there we go. Now, if you need to review that before we start the round, go ahead, pause it, review it. But if you have it down, like the way I described, let's just keep doing it. Plant my left foot and my right hand. I can put my left hand out to protect myself, to kind of block any ongoing kicks. If I come up, I can also kick the person here if I need to. But what I'm doing is I have to make sure I turn sideways. Makes it a lot easier for me to slide my foot out and around and back to my hands. All right? So again, I'm here. I come down. Boom. I protect myself. I get to the side. I slide back. Right? I come right back down the same way. Right? I put my hand on my foot. I can go wide if I need to. This could kind of help me slide my feet wide. Right? If I need a little bit more space to get up, I can keep my hand and my foot close to each other, come up high, and then lean over, right? If I need a little bit more just base, I can get wide, right? From here, I'm going to look forward. I'm going to turn sideways. I can get to my knee first if I need to, and then stand up that way, all right? A few more times. Good. Now let's try the other side. right foot, left hand. I got knocked down. Bang, I come up. I plant my right foot in my left hand. I have my right hand out to protect myself. Notice I'm already on my side because I'm used to doing this. But let's say I'm here, right? I turn to the left, to the side of my foot. Put my left hip on the ground, not my butt cheek, my left hip. Then I come up, slide my foot to the outside of my hand. I come up, I'm in my fighting stance, all right? Again, I come back down the same way, just for the hell of the drill, right? I come down, I slide back up. Boom, boom, I come down. Maybe I fell down all the way. I come up to my base. Left hand, right foot, protect my face. Come to the side of my hip, slide my leg back. I'm up, all right? Down again, here, slide. Boom, right? I'm here. They come towards me. I kick them, all right? Make my way back. I put my hands up. I'm down. Bang. And then I'm up, all right? 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to swing out to either direction, doing the same move, but a drill that helps us get good at that movement. So from here, kind of in a bear crawl position, I'm going to slide here and here, 30 seconds. Knees stay close to my elbows. I slide my foot, get on the side of my butt, get on my hip, turn side to side. Boom. Side to side. All right, from the front, looks like this. All right, you got 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. So for round 5, now we're pretty warm. I mean, we're more than warmed up at this point, hopefully. What I'd like you to do is do a bit of a freestyle round, but focused on more boxing and defense. Next few rounds, we're going to focus a little bit more on kicks, right? But we did the 1 round of the straight kicks. Right now, I want you to focus on boxing, a little bit of defense. But 2 things I'd like you to do are, 1, keep the intensity high. All right. A lot of the other classes, I tell you, it's not as important to do a high intensity. It's more about the technique. It's always going to be about the technique. Today's extra focus is on intensity, is on conditioning. So to the best of your ability, always in a safe way. Meant what I said at the beginning, in that pre-recorded part, where I said that safety is always number 1 priority. It still is. But for this, I want you to hustle a little bit. I want you to put some intensity. And then the second thing I want you to do is add the sprawl. Sprawl. Every once in a while, just you throw a combination, pop, pop, boom, sprawl. All right? There's your round. 3 minutes. Let's move it around. All right? So give me good intensity. Let's add a sprawl every once in a while, okay? You're trying to challenge yourself, trying to get good conditioning. And again, the better conditioning we have, the more we work on it, the more likely we are to maintain our technique and maintain our composure throughout an altercation, all right? You got 2 minutes and 32 seconds. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm going to try to keep myself nice and calm, nice and loose here, all right, so I have enough energy to continue teaching this class so my voice doesn't crack. I'm in a new space today. Again, I recorded another video earlier, but I'm not usually downstairs, so I don't have my normal whereabouts around me, but it's okay. Getting used to a new spot. Might be doing all my recording here from that one. Who knows? We'll see. All of this is evolving in real time. If you're watching this far in the future, maybe I'm doing 3D workouts. Who knows at that point? But this is how we started. 3rd month into it, 2023. All right, you got 1:45 to go. This is round 5. Again, you are doing a freestyle right now, and your goal is a little bit of intensity, more than I typically ask for, but it's also adding in those sprawls, particularly because we did also that jiu-jitsu drill of what's called the technical stand-up, and that is what you do if someone tackles you and you get to the ground, you fall on your back. It's just what's considered one of the safer ways and one of the technical way to stand up so that you can protect yourself and get back to your hands, either to walk, run away to safety, or start from your hands, throwing punches, going takedowns, whatever it is, all right? Getting down to the last minute. We're about 1 minute and 6 seconds to go from here. I want you to keep moving. Again, keep trying to improve your conditioning by giving you a lot of volume, a lot of intensity. $50 seconds to go. And now that's 40. You'll hear the click for the last 30 seconds. I want you to, if you can, knock it up a little bit. There it is. See if you can hustle even a little bit more now. 25 seconds to go. And then for rounds 6 and 7 and 8, we're going to do a little bit of ab stuff in there as well, but we'll do a little bit more kick drilling. Last 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there is the end of round 5. Okay? Take a deep breath in, grab some water. Exhale, obviously, on the other end of that inhale. And we'll get into round 6. So for round 6, let's work some more karate kicks. All right, so we're going to work some side kicks. We're going to work some crescent kicks. So let's start with the crescent kicks. All right, I want an outside crescent kick in either direction and then a squat. You're going to alternate these just to make sure we give both sides of the body kind of an even hit. So the crescent kick, again, it's like a fan kick, right? It's just like you make this kind of crescent motion. The surface area is the back of the foot, right? So it's like what I like to say is like a backhand slap. But with your foot, you're going to come out and around. It's not up and down. It's not out, right? It's literally left to right or right to left, depending which leg you're hitting with. So you're going to bring your leg across your body and then out. So what I want you to do from your fighting stance, you can even stand kind of square, is outside crescent kick with one side, outside crescent kick with the other side, and then squat. All right, there's the beginning of the round. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Outside crescent kick, and squat. Don't worry 100% about form right now. Right now, it's just really about getting the movement and the range of motion. And I want you to just big, boom, down, all right? Big movement, down. It's like wax on, wax off, right? So outside crescent kick, and squat. Outside crescent kick, and squat. If you can't go super high, that's fine. Go waist level. Outside crescent kick, and squat. This really is meant to be a face kick. You don't really hit somebody in the ribs with the back of your foot like that. I guess the top of your foot, maybe with a roundhouse kick, but not in this motion, right? You don't do that. But what we're trying to do is build the strength in the hips as well as the stomach. So even if the range of motion isn't super big, at least use the right muscles to do it. And little by little, we'll get into these bigger kicks. You see the really pros can throw these kicks way over their head, right? Michelle Waterson, called the Karate Hottie, that's her name in the UFC. There's videos of her throwing these in front of her husband, and she lands them, boom, right here, right in front of his face. She's got incredible control. It's a great kick. It's very effective if you know how to use it properly, if you know when to throw it. But it's also a great workout. So let's keep going. We have, let's say, 35 seconds to go, all right? Outside crescent, squat, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw squat, side kick. It's going to be a little bit more of a direct movement. It's going to burn us out right towards the end, but we're going to be doing squats the whole time. You know, let's go 10 more seconds, and then I'll demonstrate for the last minute. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go squat, side kick, squat, side kick, side to side, squat, side kick, squat, side kick. Notice I'm using my blade edge, all right? Last 60 seconds, let's see what you can do. Squat, side kick. I'm putting the let's say, sharp part of the outside of my foot into my kick, and I'm sticking my heel out, right? I'm chambering my leg, and I'm extending, all right? Squat, side kick, 45 seconds to go. Again, these are the types of things that really make sure we have some, stamina and endurance in these muscle groups. Very important. Very important. 33, 32, 31, 30 seconds. Finish it out. Keep going. Squat, side kick, squat, side kick. Get some strength in those hamstrings, in those quads, in those hips. All right? Last 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Round 6, let's go into round 7. For round 7, a little bit more footwork, right? We're going to do round 7 for footwork and a little bit working some knees. And then round 8, we'll do some stomach work again. And then 9, as always, I'm going to keep that consistent will be a freestyle, kind of like we did in round 5, but focusing on intensity, and we'll add back in those kicks, all right, that lower body. So for the footwork and the knees, very straightforward, very simple. I've done this in my classes. You've seen us do this on the bag. What I want you to do is throw a knee. Again, if you can go up on the ball of your foot, even better. But if you want to just plant your foot because you want to take care of your knees, for whatever reason, that's fine too. It's always a few adjustments you have to make sometimes when we shadow box, right? So from here, I want knee, bring the foot back. 1, 2, 3, switches. Knee, bring the foot back. 1, 2, 3, switches. Knee. All right, so it's going to be a knee, triple switch, knee, triple switch. Make sure you bring your foot back behind you every time. There's a round right there. So knee, bang, 1, 2, 3. Knee, bang, 1, 2, 3. Knee, bang, 1, 2, 3. And then keep going. What you should feel is your stomach being worked, your hips, right where your hamstring meets your butt, right in that spot there if you're staying on your toes, right? So I throw that knee, I bring it back, pop, pop, pop. Knee, bring it back, pop, pop, pop. Knee. Notice I keep my hands up, and I'm trying to maintain as proper form as I can with my hands as I throw these. Also, try not to bounce too high in the air. It's not about getting high in the air. It's about maintaining your stance. Pop, 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 pop. As you shuffle your feet, keeping your head the same height. All right. Let's go. We're gonna go 30 more seconds. All right, 30 more seconds till you should be able to see the timer in the corner of your screen till about 1:45. All right, keep that up, and then we're going to go shuffles, non-stop shuffles. All right, good. You got 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, and we're just going to shuffle in 3, 2, 1. Let's just shuffle. Notice as I'm doing this, right? My head's not moving too much, right? I'm not here, right? I'm here. Now, you might not be there yet, but know that that's what you're shooting for. Even if you don't have great control over those shuffles, you might have to go a little bit slower, right? But if you can, try to keep your head from bouncing up and down too much. It's going to mean that you're establishing better control in your stomach and in your legs. You got 18 seconds, and then we're just going to do a footwork drill, just forward, back, side to side, all right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. 2 steps forward. 2 steps back. 2 steps to your left. 2 steps to your right. 2 steps forward. 2 steps back. 2 steps to your right. 2 steps to your left. 2 steps forward. 2 steps back. 2 steps to your left. 2 steps to your right. 2 steps forward. 2 steps back. 2 steps to your right. 2 steps to your left. As you're doing so, try to maintain your feet wider than your shoulders. Make sure your front foot stays your front foot, your back foot stays your back foot. If I'm doing it this way, I'm here, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps laterally one way, 2 steps laterally back the other way, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps laterally, 2 steps laterally, and so on. You got 10 seconds. All right, keep it up to the bell, and then we'll rest it. There it is. That's the end of round 7. So for round 8, let's do a little bit more stomach work. This time we'll end a little bit. We'll start on our back. We'll stay on our back. All right. So from here, I'm going to come down to the ground. Make sure you can see me. Okay. Every time I slap the ground when I do that, that's a jiu-jitsu, grappling, judo thing, right? We slap the hands. Even in Kempo karate, right? Boom. When we landed, we always slapped the ground. So I want to do a tuck crunch to either side, and then I want to do some punches in the middle. So I'm going to tuck crunch. I'm going to extend my arms and my legs. As I crunch up, I'm going to bring my body to my left side, or my elbows to my left side. Bang. I'm going to bring my knees up. I'm going to do the same thing to my right side. Bang. Now I'm going to come to the middle, and I'm going to throw 4 straight punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm not here, right? Keeping my shoulders behind my hips. I'm throwing 4 punches down the middle, all right? So it's going to be tuck crunch to the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can do this without touching the ground with your feet, all the better. Pop, 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 pop. All right? Non-stop. Let's keep that going. Do that for 1 minute. All right? You got 50 seconds to go. Tuck crunch to one side, tuck crunch to the other side. Come up to the middle, 4 straight punches. And the reason I'm always working, and any good trainer is going to work midsection so much. I say this in most of my classes. I say this probably in a lot of these videos, that the midsection is a very important part of throwing proper strikes, right? We control, we balance all of our energy, and our, let's say, center point of gravity is really right around the midsection, right around the belly button. So we have to be able to have strong stomachs so that when we drive off of our legs, in order to throw strikes, particularly with our hands, our stomach is what connects and it transfers the weight and the strength from our legs through our shoulders into our fists. So you have to have strong stomachs aside from everything else. 3, 2, 1. Now let's just go into the regular tuck crunches. All right, out and up. Boom, right to the middle. 1 full minute. Here. All right, non-stop. Keep that going. Best you can, I want you to try to get your shoulders off the ground. All right? If you can only get your head a little bit, that's okay too. But as much as you can, you want to extend and then fold. I extend and then I tuck. This is a tuck, right? Knees into your chest, kind of hugging your knees, right? So we got 30 seconds. I want you to flatten out, tuck up, flatten out, tuck up. Even if you're only doing a few, if you're going slow, try your best to maybe do a few really good, really proper reps as opposed to a bunch of kind of half, not as great reps. Again, you do the best that you can do, but you can choose one over the other. Let's do fewer of better reps, okay? You got 5 seconds. Then we're going to come up, Rocky style. We're throwing punches to either side. Ready? Good. So now I'm going to come up, punch across, down, up, punch across. If you have a bag or something that you want to, kind of wrap your legs around to kind of ground yourself, you can do that as well, right? So I can come up, cross, come up, straight punch, down, up, straight punch. If I don't have that, maybe have a weight, maybe have somebody can stand on my feet if you're working out with a partner, whatever it is. Down, up, down, up, all right? 23, 22, 21, 20 seconds to go. And then we'll get into our final round. It's round 9. And we'll do we'll make this thing do what it do. All right? Last 10 seconds of round 8. 3, 2, 1. There it is, end time. All right, you've made it through 8 rounds. We got 1 more round to go. Hopefully you've broken a sweat by now. Feel like you're getting a little bit stronger. You're probably tired, probably done if you're really putting some effort into these. Again, I've only demonstrated a few of these workouts, a few of these movements, and I'm already feeling a little bit winded. So hopefully you're feeling the same. For this last round, full boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, whatever you know how to do. You can use your entire repertoire of strikes. But again, I want you to pick up the pace a little bit. I want you to put a little bit more effort into this than I typically ask of you. I'm very zen. Everybody can go at their own pace. But the whole point of this workout is conditioning. So even the people that maybe go a little bit lighter than most of the other stuff today, safely, I want you to give yourself a little bit of a challenge. I want you to hit it a little bit harder for this last round. Remember to pick up the intensity. Remember to mix up the strikes, punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. And let's keep adding in those sprawls. Remember, hands and hips. I sprawl. I come back in. There it is. 3 minutes. Let's go. Final round of this workout today. Focusing on conditioning, focusing on intensity. All right, mix it up. Maintain your technique as best as you can. Let's throw some stuff out there like we mean it. All right, I'm gonna move around. Again, I'm not gonna move super hard here because I still have to teach some classes tonight in person. But I want you to think that you are really trying to challenge yourself and improve your cardiovascular fitness, your conditioning, your stamina, your endurance. All of that. When I got my first tattoo, strength, speed, endurance, it's a karate, it's a track tattoo. I specifically put endurance in the back because it's my least, it's the thing that I have the least of. I'm fast, I'm strong, I don't got a good gas tank compared to the other things that I do. Maybe compared to the average person, sure. But for a runner, that's why I was a sprinter. 100 meters, 200 meters, 110 meter high hurdles. 400 meter was a long, quarter mile was a long run for me, but I did it proficiently. But it's a thing that even though I know myself, I need to work on, and that's why I do workouts like this. That's why I share these types of workouts with you guys because a good gas tank, right, good endurance goes a long way in the fight world and out in real life. All right, you got 90 seconds to go, starting right now. 90 seconds from here. See if you can keep putting some effort in. You know, put some conviction into this workout. And again, if you have to slow it down a little bit, slow it down relative to whatever your max intensity is, right? I would rather you, for today, I would rather you slow down a bit, but continue moving, give me a lot of volume, than like totally stop, right? If you can, if you got to stop, you got to stop. That's okay. But if you can, see if you can, before stopping, just dial it down a little bit, continue moving. If you do that and then you get tired, dial it down a little bit more, but continue moving, continue moving, continue moving. All right? You got 50 seconds to go. Good. 35. There's your marker. That's 30 seconds. That's a click. If you watch any boxing matches, usually you see somebody slam together these two wooden blocks. Click, click, click. The same thing here. It's what it's meant to represent, meant to mimic. All right, I'm going to count down the last 10 seconds for you. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Great work, gang. Thanks again for coming through. That was our conditioning workout for today. Stick around for the stretch and the cool down and the stretch. I'll see you at the next one.
So just like we did at the beginning to warm up, we're going to use the same shadow boxing to cool down. And you'll see that I'm staying very relaxed, very light. The idea here is to just cool down our body, slow down our heart rate, slow down our breathing, and to keep our muscles from tensing up after what was hopefully a challenging workout. We can keep the movement simple and straightforward. You can see I'm throwing very fundamental strikes, jabs, crosses, a little bit of defense, knees, round kicks. Because again, just the way we used our entire body for the workout, we want to make sure we cool down our entire body at the end. I'm also making use of my space, stepping forward, stepping back, moving to my right, moving to my left, making sure that I involve as many of my limbs and as much of my movement and range of motion as possible to just slowly bring myself down back to zero, back to a relaxed post-workout state. Remember to stay breathing throughout, and again, keep it simple. And finally, for the stretch, keep your feet wider than your shoulders, and let's reach down for our toes. Try to keep the legs straight. Stretch through the back of the legs. You can reach over to one side and then to the other. Nice and loose. And then when we can, let's put a little bend in the knees, get your body a little bit lower, let your head get heavy, and feel that stretch in your lower back. When you're ready, we're going to bring the butt all the way down, put those elbows on those knees, stretching the knees to the outside, getting a stretch on the inside of the legs. Flatten out your feet if you can. You can extend one leg, get a stretch on the bottom and the inside of that leg, and then we'll switch to the other side doing the same thing. Just trying to get a stretch laterally on the insides of the legs. When you're ready, let's sit back up, drag those hands to your hips, and give me hip rotations to one side. Really push out on the outsides, behind and forward. And then let's start going back the other way. Big circles. Feel the push out on the hips as you do so. From here, we'll lean to one side, pull the ankle towards your back. Keep the knees together, stretch the quad. Switch to the other side, same thing, keeping the knees together, stretching that quad. And then we'll place both feet on the ground and twist our upper back, getting that stretch in that mid-back. From here, let's pull the hands back behind yourself, stretch out the chest, chin to the ceiling, extend the arms. Put the wrists on the lower back, elbows forward, chin down to the ground, stretch the rotator cuffs. Chest in. You can take one arm, put it to the side, pull on the back of the shoulder, and give me circles in the wrist. Let's switch, do the same thing to the other side, stretching the back of the arm,
and giving some mobility and circles in the wrist. Pull the arm over the top of your head, pull on the elbow, and just lean lightly to one side, stretching the spine, switching, going lightly and slowly to the other side, staying in a straight line as you do it. And we'll come back up to the middle, relax the shoulders, and then pull the head gently to one side. Switch gently to the other side, again, keeping the shoulders relaxed throughout. Chin to your shoulder, chin to your other shoulder, chin to your chest, and time. Very good. Let's finish with the deep bow. We're going to go knees on the ground. Think of something that you're grateful for. Think of something we did in class, and let's meditate on that just for a few breaths down here at the bottom. Us. Take another deep breath in and exhale as you come out. Great work. Thanks for coming through. We'll see you soon.